What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another Spider-Man show, video, episode, whatever you really want to call it at this stage. But today we as always have some super cool ideas suggested by you rebels to talk about. As always, if you are new to the series or you genuinely have ideas on things you'd like to see in Spider-Man, bear in mind it doesn't even need to be possible, but it's just something you feel to make the gameplay a whole lot more cooler, drop it in the comment section below and it might make it into the next video depending on basically the comments and ideas that get the most thumbs up. But like I said, today we do have three super cool ones, so I'm going to jump straight into it, starting off with Jester Gaming. Now he does say web shooters that run out. I think that would add more tension in both free roam and combat. Now I just want to start it off. First of all, this is seriously a great idea, hands down. I didn't even think of this. Now, you know how I've been saying, for the last couple of videos, how I really want gameplay that's going to be super immersive, like challenging, and it's not just going to be straightforward as, beating someone up or kicking their ass, if you will, and you move on to the next kind of stage, or like genuinely random events in free roam that could be a lot harder than another one that could be pretty straightforward, for example. So I think having an option, well, not an option, just simply a feature in the game that is more or less compulsory that make your web shooters essentially run out. Now it could be after a certain amount of time, so let's say you got like 2 minutes of straight web shooting and then you got like 50 seconds or a minute possibly to reload that. So in between that time you have to pretty much use your tactical skills, I guess you could say, to see how you're going to survive in that situation. And then what would be really cool is as you progress in the game, there are options that unlock essentially to reduce the time for your web shooters to reload, if that even makes sense. But like Jester Gaming did say, adding more tension in both free roam and combat is exactly what this would do, and a lot of you rebels seem to enjoy this idea. So please, Insomniac Games, I seriously have 100% trust in you that the game is going to be absolutely incredible. However, if this is something that's in the game, I mean, God bless you, man. And if not, I would love to just see it. Maybe not in this one, but possibly in a future game, or it could be added. I don't really know, but it just needs to be an option somewhere down the line. Now, moving on to the next comment, it does come from Beyblade, and he does say, apologies if you've bought this up already, but I think it'd be awesome if the game had chemical-based mixtures for web fluid in the game to generate stuff like flame webs and such. This would be cool, especially because it was introduced in the first PS1 Spider-Man game, plus it'd be another way to show Peter's intelligence. Now, another one, great idea, and what's even great about this one is it's not something that hasn't been done before in the series. So as he did point out, it was done in the first PlayStation 1 Spider-Man game, which is insane. I mean, I've never even played this, bear in mind, but that just sounds like an insanely awesome feature as a whole. And as I mentioned, that it's been already in the series, so it's not something that has just been randomly introduced or is a brand new idea as a whole. I guess you could say that they've never done before, considering it has been done before and it works, I guess you could say seamlessly well. It would definitely be great in this Spider-Man game. Again, add something unique into the game, it makes it more fun, and I guess you could say gives you something more to do really in the game. I was going to say more fun to do, but it gives you just more gameplay experience rather than just going straight for missions, free roam, and then doing absolutely nothing. At least this gives you essentially something to work towards, or maybe you need to unlock or get a few, I don't know, whatever, like chemicals around the city as you progress in the game to actually be able to unlock something like flame webs, which genuinely does sound crazy, but hey, it would be a great freaking, feature in the game. So well done on that idea. I would love to see this in the game. Now, moving on to the second to last one, it does come from Michelangelo, and he does say having a side quest where you meet one person of the Avengers like Iron Man. Now, for some weird reason, it doesn't feel weird at all to even say this, right? Because when you look at like the Spider-Man films, Spider-Man Homecoming, etc., like, hey, this would be a great Easter egg in the game as a whole, right? And I think it would work super well. Like, he did say, it doesn't have to be like continuously in the game, game, but just a random side quest where you meet someone like Iron Man and have to tackle some bad guys straight to the ground, or essentially use his powers of some kind to is the only way to take down that individual, for example, or stop that crime. I think that'd be a great Easter egg in the game, and it'd be such a random, thing to come across, but at the same time, of course, it would be super cool. Now, moving on to the very last one, it does come from Nivane, and he does say a cool feature would be if Spider-Man gets enough damage, his suit gets all torn up. Now, I have mentioned this before in general, so having, essentially like suits that are just not simply like untouchable to some extent, basically. So having that kind of like impact on your character, of course, if you do have a tear in your suit, obviously you're more vulnerable to damage as a whole, or if you did have your suit, and of course you're not going to have full protection. So even though it seems like essentially like a basic feature, graphical wise it would look absolutely insane, and I don't know, it would just be something unique, and a great way to take damage, or again, try not to take as much damage, because when you take a lot of damage, sometimes you don't really mind doing that, if that makes sense. Like, there's nothing to essentially like make you at a weaker point. You just gotta run and like recover. However, if your suit gets teared, you're really vulnerable. But I really like this idea, which is why I wanted to add it, of course, into this video again, to bring it to, the light, I guess you could say. But that is going to wrap up this video here. If you enjoyed it, drop a like, subscribe for more awesome content, and don't forget, if you have any cool ideas on things you'd like to see in the game, then drop it in the comment section below. Be sure to share the videos with your friends as well, and there is a playlist in the description below to all the previous videos we have done. So, like I said, if you're new to the channel or you have missed any previous videos, just go to that, and you will pretty much be up to date with everything going on. But I will see you in the next video, but till then, have an awesome day, and adios amigos.